What is going on YouTube? We have a another reaction video, but this time, in case anyone out there was ever wondering, we are going to be reacting to this video right here, which is which presidents have the highest body counts. So we're going to react to this. Like always, I will have the video and the link for the video link and the channel link down below in the description. If you guys want to check it out, you guys can. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get right up into this reaction. Let's like the video.
You read the title, so let's get right into it. I did the research, and here are the presidents who I think racked up the highest body counts during their lifetime. Number 5, Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Franklin Delano Roosevelt is our history's only 4-term president, serving from 1933 until his death in 1945. FDR pioneered the New Deal and famously guided us out of the Great Depression with his economic-focused legislation. It turns out, in addition to his work in the Oval Office, FDR eased the pain of the Great Depression in another way: getting busy. Now, I feel like I know the question that you're probably thinking. The FDR in the wheelchair? That FDR? Well, polio may have taken the use of FDR's 2 legs, but it turns out the third went completely unaffected. FDR is known to have had a long-standing affair with his wife's secretary, a woman named Lucy Mercer, who many historians say was his greatest love, as well as a secretary of his own, Marguerite LaHand. There are even rumors that he once did the hugging hula with Princess Martha of Norway while she was staying in the United States as part of an attempt to strengthen ties between Western powers. I mean, if you want to make an ally, I guess you can go about it that way. According to the FDR Presidential Library and Museum, Roosevelt and Martha often shared meals, scenic drives, boating, and local entertainments together. Observers noted their common sense of humor and happy informality. Sure, that could be totally platonic. Sure. But that's not even the most interesting part. Apparently, FDR's wife Eleanor knew of these extramarital unions, and while they initially stung, she found an upside. She was actually rumored to also have a fondness for the ladies, but she saw the potential in FDR to achieve international success, and she didn't want to smear his public image with a divorce. So she turned the other way while Roosevelt went on his merry way, and she began to browse around herself. Oh, what we do for love. I wonder if he incorporated the chair into his pickup lines. Number 4, Warren G. Harding. Warren Harding often finds himself in our history books too, but not as an American hero.
You're giving me a good feeling. You tell the stories.
Harding's time as commander-in-chief was a brief one, only serving from 1921 until his death from a heart attack in 1923. While at the time of his death, Harding was actually one of the most popular presidents in American history, the discovery and exposure of several scandals, including Harding's 4 extramarital affairs, greatly tarnished his reputation. And now, he often finds himself ranked among the worst presidents in history. But it turns out, while he can now never get his approval rating to rise, there was one thing he had no problem getting out. Harding's most well-known affair was with a woman named Carrie Phillips, which lasted about 15 years, ultimately ending in 1920, when Phillips blackmailed the Harding's most well-known affair was with a woman named Carrie Phillips, which lasted about 15 years, ultimately ending in 1920, when Phillips blackmailed the then Senator Harding, saying that she would expose them if Harding voted in favor of going to war with Germany. Sometime later, shortly after receiving his party's nomination for president, Harding disclosed his affair to top party officials, who handled it how they always do. They paid her off for her silence. Another of Harding's mistresses of note was a woman named Nan Britton, who wrote a book alleging that Harding had fathered her daughter while he was a senator. Since the book came out after Harding had died, and his reputation was already heading downhill, many people believed Britton. But over time, people began to grow skeptical, saying Britton fabricated the entire thing for notoriety. In 2015, Harding's paternity was officially confirmed through DNA testing. Harding, you are the father. Now, Harding's wife, unlike the mega-chill Eleanor Roosevelt, was furious when she learned of Harding's affairs, and in response to the one with Phillips specifically, she claimed it was not the first time Harding had become romantically involved with a friend of hers. The man was a certified horn dog, but the best is yet to come. There are even some people who believe that while serving as a senator, Harding hosted Greek-style sex parties. Yeah, now you know why we put him up higher on this list. He reportedly bought a house along with other Ohio representatives and would get to partying, inviting young women, getting the liquor flowing, and having a good old time. Now, these reports have not been able to be verified, but based on Harding's other behavior during his time in the Senate, it's not too far-fetched. Number 3, Bill Clinton. I mean, this one should be pretty self-explanatory. Slick Willie, our 42nd president and the husband of one of the most frightening women in politics, had one of the most publicized and criticized affairs in political history. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. Clinton has long maintained that his relationship with White House intern Monica Lewinsky didn't ultimately lead to, doing the deed. And who knows, maybe that cigar was just used as a cigar. But whichever side of the fence you're on, Clinton's gallivanting didn't end there. While Billy has only admitted to one affair during the time that he served as governor of Arkansas, many women have come forward over the years to claim that he slept around an awful lot before attaining the presidency. There are even reports, most of which aren't believed by historians, that Clinton used his position in Arkansas to get state troopers to set up little lovers' rendezvous with various women so he could hide his fun. To think that the man behind that famously stained dress didn't take advantage of the southern hippie women all around him would simply be naive. In recent years, a report even came out that claimed that Clinton went to town with the actress Elizabeth Hurley in the White House. Now, this affair definitely wouldn't get the level of buzz that Monica Lewinsky did. That ship had sailed. But it's fun to imagine how Clinton reacted when his staff broke the news that the press had leaked his affair. You're kidding. Which one? Number 2, Lyndon Johnson. Lyndon B. Johnson took over the seat of power after the assassination of John F. Kennedy in 1963, becoming our 36th president and serving a term and a half, until 1969. Johnson was a Southern good old boy who has a complicated legacy, known as equal parts ruthless, imposing, crass, charming, persuasive, and let's not forget, horny. Lyndon certainly gave his Johnson plenty of exercise during his tenure in the White House. It seemed like for Johnson, one of the most important things, if not...
Yeah. Okay, well, I mean, we know for sure these guys, Franklin Roosevelt, right? Franklin D. Roosevelt, my bad. I was trying to think. I couldn't think of his, bro. I could have sworn, I could have sworn, didn't he have a nickname that people, oh, am I thinking, I might be getting him confused with a different president. It's hard to say. Bro, like, they definitely, especially, like, I mean, so many affairs, bro.
The most important was power and superiority. Whereas other presidents on this list were known to have seduced and slept with many women simply because they were unable to quench their appetites, Johnson reportedly turned it into a contest. Since the man succeeded JFK, he and his powers of seduction were often compared to that of Kennedy. There's an account that on one occasion, when Kennedy's escapades were brought up one too many times, Johnson pounded on his desk saying he'd had more women on accident than Kennedy had on purpose. Johnson's wife, the extremely Southern-sounding Lady Bird Johnson, was apparently aware of LBJ's many sexual exploits and extramarital affairs. The most well-known and public was Johnson's relationship with Alice Glass, one that lasted decades. Lady Bird and Glass were actually quite close. Then there was Helen Gahagan Douglas, who served in the House of Representatives, and a woman named Madeline Duncan Brown, who alleged that Johnson was the father of her child. Lady Bird, while probably not thrilled by Johnson's activities, knew that he ultimately loved and needed her the most, and that was a big reason for her faithfulness, according to a biographer. The craziest part? Aside from Johnson's personal harem of women, whom he frequently bumped uglies with, he's even known to have had a bell installed in the Oval Office, so he could be warned if his wife was about to enter the room. When you hear the ding, put away the dong. That's what I always say. No.
Oh, wait, what did he say? Hang on. What did he say?
Even known to have had a bell installed in the Oval Office, so he could be warned if his wife was about to enter the room. When you hear the ding, put away the dong. That's what I always...
When you hear the ding, put away the dong. Bro, what? I've never heard anyone anyone say that. Never heard that before. Okay. But having a bell, bro, that's crazy.
Boys say. Number 1, John F. Kennedy. I mean,
alright, correct me if I'm wrong, but you don't get a bell unless it's happened a lot. Right? Right?
Electricity doesn't just materialize out of thin air.
you knew we wouldn't do a list of horny presidents without this guy, right?
Yeah.
He's the Tom Brady, the Muhammad Ali, the Michael Jordan of presidents who slept around. Before his untimely demise in 1963, Kennedy had branded himself the image of a God-fearing, righteous family man. Behind all of that, as the public soon learned, were numerous affairs, from actresses to mob wives to teenage interns. The craziest thing? There are way, way more than you think.
Wait, really?
Kennedy was a sharp-looking guy, which in many ways helped secure him the presidency after his televised debate with the pale and sweaty Richard Nixon in 1960. JFK clearly used those looks, and the family fortune probably didn't hurt, to his advantage throughout his entire life, becoming quite comfortable with frequent lovers' trysts, and once remarking to a British prime minister, "If I don't get a lay for 3 days, I get a headache." Some historians even argue that he was a sex addict, a narcissist, and had a general crippling lack of self-restraint. I'd be surprised if the guy ever went 3 days without some horizontal refreshment. He racked up quite a laundry list of lovers. There are a dozen or so women who claim to have had affairs with JFK, plus the numerous famous actresses known to have helped JFK test the mattress, plus many women in his own employ. Most of us know the most famous rumored affair being the one with movie superstar Marilyn Monroe. And while it was never fully confirmed, if you've seen the clip of Monroe singing "Happy Birthday, Mr. President," your mind is pretty made up already. But the list goes on, including, but not limited to, Judith Exner, an ex of Chicago mob boss Sam Giancana; Anita Ekberg, an actress and global heartthrob; Ellen Romech, a call girl, one of JFK's favorites; Jean Tierney, another actress, I'm sensing a pattern; and Mimi Alford, a 19-year-old White House intern. There are many others, and considering JFK employed the Secret Service to set up meetings with women and ensure no one ever walked in on him doing the dirty, a reporter was once tackled in a White House hallway to stop him from seeing a woman enter the president's room, there are probably countless women no one will ever even know about. Listen, you're the most powerful man in the free world. You're handsome, you're tall, you're rich. The pieces are there for you to be as loose as you want. And JFK took that and ran with it.
Bro. Like, I mean, there you guys have it. Those what, 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so there's 5 right there. So there's 5 presidents right there that we kind of have an idea and understanding what the body count was like with the women. You know what I mean? So honestly, it definitely seems like JFK has the most. Okay, this says which president. So these might actually be the top 5 presidents with the highest body counts. Maybe. Possibly. Don't quote me on that. I don't think he might have said that. He might not have. Don't quote him on that neither, just in case. Well, that's going to do it for this video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy all that good stuff. You know what I mean? I'll see you guys in the next video. Positivity is key. Motivation is key. Happiness is key. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. I'll see you guys in the next video. You guys stay safe. Watch out for each other. I'll see you guys in the next one.